Why, hello there, young scallywag. We have more exciting news today in Dragon City because, just in case you haven't noticed yet, we are able to currently rescue the Bichephalous Eternal Dragon, aka Bisexual Eternal Dragon. So this was like my favorite Eternal outside of Phoenix Eternal. And out of all the dragons that ended up in these rescues, they have thrown this guy in here. Now, is it intentional? Probably not. It'll probably be fixed within a few hours. But if you remember with the recent Arcana Hierophant, it is the same thing. You can actually get this dragon via rescues. You'll see that so far, we are heading towards the end of this missing dragon rescue. I'll probably need another reset just because I was trying to be optimal, but at the same time, I'm not going to waste too much time doing them over and over and over again with like level 20s because it becomes a little bit much. But at the very least, if we can get at least 100 orbs for this dragon, which you can if you log in and start the rescue, like even if it ends up getting patched, your current rescue does not end unless they do something different next, like when you try and do it. But generally speaking, if you start that dragon rescue, normally you will be fine. So I would highly recommend that you log in and start this rescue now if you have legendary rescues unlocked, because I mean it's just basically a free Eternal Dragon and a wonderful Bisexual Eternal at that. Now in terms of actually doing dragon rescues, of course I think the main tips that I could possibly give with these rescues would be you need a lot of dragons to be able to do them. And obviously if you've got a bunch of level 70s, a bunch of level 60, you're gonna have a much easier time than someone that doesn't have high level dragons. And having lots and lots of different dragons to use, of course, is gonna give you a big advantage. But when you get to, say, this stage like I have, you can just use a single one of your main dragons to take on most of the fight. Of course, your dragon has to survive it, but like Sinful here, he's going to end up surviving everything. But we can quick select some of the lower level dragons by doing this. Like, let's go and find some level 20s, and then we can just select Bony Boy and then go straight into a fight. So it's really, really nice and quick. And I find it much easier on PC to quickly select than I do on mobile, because mobile tends to lag quite a lot. I mean, it depends on how good your PC is, really, as well. But usually PC is quite good for this, I would say. But of course, one thing to note is that you do have to be very careful in these rescues that your main dragon doesn't get destroyed, because like we are against Bisexual Eternal in this fight, funnily enough, and he is super effective against our Sinful. So he is a dragon that we want dead immediately, as quickly as physically possible. We should have really taken him out instantly, but we do have Leech Fang as well, which is going to give our Sinful some loveliness back. But ideally, we would love for the enemy dragons to go for not the Sinful, but you know, they've targeted him now. We should be okay either way against these enemies. We can use some lower level dragons if need be. But at least we can clear one of these fights that takes us that little step closer towards finishing it. And yeah, Sinful's gonna get taken out. But again, we can clear the rest of this fight with low level dragons. It is a Karma, but the Karma cannot block everything. It cannot. I refuse to believe that Karmas are so overpowered that they will just perma-block every single dragon that has ever existed, and it won't happen. So we can just finish this off with the rest of our low-level dragons. But genuinely, if you use your low-level dragons, of course it might take quite a few cycles to take out the enemy dragons, but this is the way that you can grind these fights, by using like your lowest level dragons and just doing it over and over and over and over again. That's how you can save your highest level dragons so that you don't have to use them, or not use that many of them, so that you can do either just use one of them per fight, or sometimes you might not use any of them. But let's at least murder this Karma dragon, and then we will move on. But as of this fight, you'll see that we are getting rank ups on random dragons as well, which is also pretty good, because it means that now we're just going to have extra orbs to trade with as well. Like, whenever these dragons get KOs, eventually we're going to end up getting some bonus orbs on them, getting some rank ups on each of them. So sometimes you might get a rank up on a pretty good dragon, like a, I don't know, a VIP, random legend, like rainbows, whatever, but some of them are going to be fine. And of course, when we're doing these rescues as well, we can get food, we can get gems, so we get quite a few other bonus lovely things. The only thing is, to finish off legendary rescues, you do in fact need 60 keys per time, so you'll have to at least have 60 keys, and I guess good luck if you are someone with lower level dragons trying to finish this off. Again, we get really close to being able to one cycle this, but honestly these last 4 fights are going to be difficult, and of course the enemy boss dragon is that heroic dragon at the end, but it should be fine. He's just like a normal heroic, nothing crazy about him. But once we finish this, we will be able to get 100 orbs of Bisexual Eternal, and as you can see, he is, in fact, a 200 orb dragon. So if you can only do one cycle of the dragon rescue, you will have to do at least one trade with someone or get one orb of him from somewhere. I don't know where else you get a singular orb for him, but then once you get that extra orb, you'll be able to summon him during a summoning happy hour using jokers. Or if you manage to do 2 sets of rescues at least, then there you go. It is a free Eternal dragon for you. Even if you don't manage to get 200 orbs of him, maybe you don't even want Bisexual Eternal, and in that case you can just use his orbs as trading fodder. But just like I mentioned with the Arcana dragon, since this dragon is now currently rescuable, that will probably take his overall orbs value very slightly down. So do take that into account when you're trading with people. If you suddenly see a lot of people that have Bichephalous Eternal orbs, the reason is because they've gotten them for free from this rescue. So make sure that you are informed about that. Oh god, look, we've got our beautiful Phoenix waiting to be summoned. Oh, it is a blessed day. They were genuinely my 2 favorite Eternals, and we're gonna get both of them. I'm actually so hyped for that. Like, social point, I know that you may not like these dragons appearing in dragon rescues, but I love it personally, and this is the reason why personally I don't do random rescues anymore myself. I used to, but then as soon as these dragons started suddenly appearing in dragon rescues, I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna risk it. I'm just gonna wait and not do rescues outside of like rescues that I can do in one cycle. I'm not gonna start doing those, or if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it after the daily reset happens, so that then in case a dragon like Bisexual Eternal turns up, we can do the rescue for it straight away. And that is why I am loving saving up all of my tasty keys for situations like this. Now, the other thing that we've got going on today is Maze of Souls. The new path has opened up. And as I mentioned previously in the live stream, the empty dragon path, the keys path, is the main path where you can get the most jars from the events. And so most people will be making their way through, but I'm at the point now on this empty dragon path where there aren't actually any more jars. And so what we could do is we could either try and get the empty dragon, although he is very difficult to unlock, to be honest, because he is quite expensive. Or the other thing that you can do as a player is once you've collected all the jars from the main path, you can actually start on one of the other paths, like Purple Path, for instance. If you want to get as many jars as physically possible, there's a jar here, and there's also another jar here. And these 2 jars should be doable free to play based on the amount of currency that we can earn. There's actually another jar, but that one gets quite expensive. So you can actually get another set of jars from this, and there is another quite cheap jar on the light blue path that's going to open up tomorrow as well. So that's this one here. So you can, in theory, get a few more jars from this event even after you've gotten all the jars from the orange path. And of course, the use of the jars is to open them up and get this collection finished, potentially the corrupted collection finished. But of course, these are like the heroic one is very doable. It depends on what your ghostly drops are, the dragon soul drops are. But the corrupted one, oh, I don't know, that's going to be another 24. It's possible in theory, especially if you get the quests done, like with the jars, because I haven't been getting the ghosts out of the jars personally. I haven't been logging in well enough, but if you have, it's very possible to get that in theory. But otherwise, it's a bit eh. I'm looking forward to doing these Phoenix Eternal quests personally, getting Phoenix summoned in general, getting 2 Eternals, which I thought were going to be pay to win only, and we will be unlocking Psych in a moment. We do have this quest to do, which I'm a little bit iffy on it, whether we're going to finish it or not. We should be able to do it, but of course we've also got jars in the runner event as well to get collecting. So we've got a few different places still where we can get jars from, insignias as well potentially, but we're probably not going to get to that point. It's probably going to be these 2 jars at max, but I am very, very much looking forward to getting those heroic jokers, seeing what we get. other thing, of course, that's going on today, or still going on at the moment, is that global challenge. You'll see that I'm almost at 21, which means that we should be able to actually summon this dragon. But of course, if we can get up to 28 orbs, or even 35 if we get lucky with some flame or, say, I don't know, Terra plus flame breeds with this combo, then, you know, I will take the extra orbs for a dragon, because why the heck not? But it looks like we're a little bit lacking on the global score, everyone. Come on, get your ice and flame breeds going so that we can get a free dragon. Why aren't we doing more of this? I don't know why so many people seem so against the fire and ice challenge at the moment. Don't forget, there's going to be quests for this Fey dragon, and we're going to get free gems for it. Like, don't miss out on free gems. Do you not like free gems? Do you not like free stuff? What's wrong with you? Anyway, I guess that was my mini complaint for today. Of course, don't forget that we've also got Maze currency in the ads for anyone that's got Dragon TV unlocked, and we've got Horrible Wizards Hollow going on. We'll probably have a good one tomorrow. But we will see whether the leaks are correct with all of that, which, you know, that's a different story for a different day. But I guess for now, I will be waiting myself for the Eternal Phoenix to be ready to get summoned, and we will continue on with this rescue, because now we just have to wait 8 hours for us to be able to use our main dragons again, and after that 8 hours, this rescue is going to be done. We are going to get the beautiful bisexual boy. So I'm hyped. I hope that you get in on this rescue and you're not summoning or rescuing something else and you can't get Bichephalous Eternal Orbs because of it. But of course you do need legendary rescues unlocked, which is the reason why you should try and get legendary rescues unlocked ASAP, even if you're a brand new player. Genuinely, get them unlocked. Even if you can't get 100 orbs for Bisexual Eternal, you can at least get some, and you can use those for trading reasons. It's 100% worth it. Even if you don't get past the first gate, there's still stuff that you can get out of these rescues, so be getting him, be unlocking him, and I guess, good luck.